All right, what's up, good peoples? What's up, good peoples? Y'all let me know y'all can hear me. Who all in the building? Let me know you can hear me. I'm hearing strong winds outside, so I think we got another storm rolling in or something. So I'm gonna have to try to make this quick if I can. So, but if you in the building and you can hear the sound of my voice, let me know that you can hear me. Okay, and let's see. Is it even showing that I'm live? Oh shit! Is it even showing that I'm live? Oh, okay, I'm finna say, damn, is it even showing that I'm live? Shit. I'm finna say, god damn. All right, y'all coming on in. Come on in, come on in. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Antoinette, what's going on? How you doing, my love? What's going on? All right. Barbara, I love to talk. Sophia, Steph, hey babe, what's going on? Peanut, somebody named Peanut in the building, so they can hear me. I appreciate you. Support with Steph. How you doing? Marnina, what's going on? All right. So y'all in the building, can y'all see me too? No boyfriend? Can y'all see me? No boyfriend? Everything good? Everything good? See, I can hear you, man. All right now. Okay, cool. All right, I get the thumbs on me. Everything good. So I got them. I'm gonna have to kind of like rush through this. 'Cause I gotta get out of here after a while. Okay. All right, guys. So y'all know, man, this hot topic out here, one of the hot stories out here. Y'all know about the little boy or whatnot. To give y'all a quick recap, for those of you who've been following the story is they had an Amber Alert set out for the young boy, which is Taylen Mosley. They found his mom dead, so there was a hunt for him to find him. They found him inside. This is weird. Inside of an alligator's mouth. You know, one of the strangest things I've heard ever doing true crime and dealing with children. I mean, that's wild, you know. But they was able to get his body out the alligator's mouth, but unfortunately, he's no longer with us. They had the father in custody. You know what I'm saying? He's being accused of the murders of both of them, which his name is Thomas Mosley. Okay. So they just give you a small recap what's going on with the story. If you haven't heard the story, just go back, type in Taylen Mosley, and you kind of catch up from there. But what I'm live here today is because there's a couple of updates with this story. His family has spoken out since all this has happened, and I wanted y'all to hear what they had to say. Also, the attorney who was over this case has some things that he's going to say about the case, and we're going to see where this is going to go. But we're going to go with the family first. I want to hear what the family had to say. Let y'all hear that. And then we just carry on from there. If y'all haven't, please get a thumbs up for your boy, and thank you for your participation.
Taylen Mosley's family is speaking out for the first time tonight after he and his mother were found dead last week.
Taylen's father, Thomas, is charged with both murders. The family telling their story to 8 on Your Side's Trevor Sahaki tonight, who joins us in the Tampa News Center with what the family...
Oh, Antoinette, this may be a trigger for you, dear, because of your story. You know, Richard, how he allowed, or what... You might well say he killed Rika, too. You know, because of what he allowed, you know, and his father did the same thing. So this may be a trigger for you, dear. And if it is, hey, you can't stay. Trust me, I understand.
Family has to say. Trevor?
Jack, Allison, they are understandably devastated by the tragedy that unfolded in just a couple days last week. Passion and Taylen lived with their aunt, Theo Brickhouse Sales, for a little bit, and she got to know them very well during that time. Mom and son had just moved to their new apartment and were hoping to start a new life.
I want people to remember them as two kids who absolutely loved each other.
Taylen Mosley and Passion Jeffrey shared a bond that only a mom can have with her son.
Did you ever see this coming?
I told him this morning I would have never in a million years when this week started ever thought that something like this was happening. We were supposed to have Taylen Saturday.
Instead, the toddler's great-great-aunt, Theo Brickhouse Sales, is planning his funeral.
Adjusting without them.
Yes.
in life. It's going to be hard.
How do you think you do that?
I don't know. I have no clue.
She said she knew something was wrong Thursday morning.
The phone went to voicemail, and nobody answered, and just kept going to voicemail, and my gut told me something was wrong.
Passion was inside with more than 100 stab wounds. Taylen would be found the next day across town in the jaws of an alligator in Lake Maggiore.
Cross
like this is so
town.
gruesome that the impact, those images and the autopsy report and photographs are going to have on that jury is going to be monumental.
According to the arrest affidavit, a bloody fingerprint on a cleaning bottle and a bloody shoe print with a Gucci emblem were both linked to Thomas Mosley, Taylen's father.
I analyzed the affidavit, I looked at it from a defense perspective, and short of any mental health issues, insanity, incompetency, I'd be hard-pressed to find a defense.
Court documents didn't say exactly how Taylen died, just that him being placed or thrown in the lake led to his death.
That's my
Placed and
biggest
thrown
worry
in the lake.
was, that how they suffered. And when I closed my eyes at night, that's all I see was the suffering of both of them.
Now, Taylen's family is trying to move forward and appreciate all the love from people they've never met.
I feel like the community has wrapped their arms around us, and it's a wonderful feeling.
Thomas Mosley is in the Pinellas County Jail without bond. He's been ordered not to have any contact with the family. There's also a GoFundMe to help with funeral expenses. We've included a link in our article online at WFLA.com. Live in the newsroom, Trevor Sahaki, 8 on your side.
You know, one of the saddest things about this story is, well, a lot of these stories, we all hear their part, they say they're not supposed to have contact with people, and it seems like it's mainly us men that do this or whatnot, which I'm pretty much sure it's a lot of story that women does this too. When they put out these papers or these rules that you're not supposed to have contact with people, especially when they let them out, you know, to a lot of people, you know, with their fucked up mindset, they look at it as just a piece of paper. We talk about this a lot over here, amen? It's just a piece of paper. It don't stop them from doing anything. It's just a piece of paper, and they take that paper, probably wipe their ass with it, say to hell with it, and still go do the dirty deed. You know, I guess it's revenge on their mind or whatnot. I don't know. You know, me personally, I mean, if somebody tell me no, they don't want to fuck with me no more. I mean, I have learned the power of respect that no means no. That's it. Like I said in one of my previous streams, you can't force nobody like you, no matter what you do. No matter what you do, you can try to buy their love, it ain't gonna work. You can shout them with gifts, it ain't gonna work. Flowers, candy, money, and all that, it's not gonna work. If they don't like you, then they just don't like you. They don't want to deal with you, then they just don't want to deal with you. That's just what it is. But now the reverse side to that is when you know you don't want to deal with that person, you still accept their gifts or whatnot. Me personally, that causes a problem. That causes a problem, okay? Because to me, you accepting gifts, so you know you don't like the person like that. I mean, you're giving them false hope. And that false hope leads to other things. And I'm not saying it's right for what people do to people after their false hope, they get all mad and do this and that. I'm not saying it's right. But at the same time, though, you know, I mean, you got to think about sometimes, you know, you have to take your accountability for playing a part in it too as well, okay? So I want to say that first before I get into this. You know, when they say not to have contact, I think there needs to be reform. There more, I guess, security needs to be proposed out there, you know, or whatever to actually stop these people from doing a dirty deed. Because if they out, ain't nobody's monitoring their movements, then that person who they supposed to be staying away from, to me, is still considered in danger. All right. And we get a lot of these stories that somebody end up dead because these folks just got out of jail, because at this point they feel like what they got to lose. Nothing. At this point they feel like they have nothing to lose. So that's why a lot of them do that. And this dude probably feel the same way. He probably feel like he had nothing to lose. Whatever the hell went on, the reason why he did this, he probably feel like he had nothing to lose. All right. Or he feel like he was going to do this, and he probably feel like he going to get away with it. We'll just see what happens. Okay. Now, to go on further with this is one of the things where I had to come in and say I respect some woman intuition. All right. I always have believed that a woman intuition is always stronger than a man. We have intuition too, but for some reason y'all are stronger than ours. All right. And this is a prime example. That lady said when she called that girl and when it went to the voicemail, she instantly knew something wrong. What that was, her intuition. Okay? And a lot of people probably need to pay attention to that. If you're used to doing something, and this is why I say, guys, if you got something going on, you probably need to keep on doing it, because the moment that you stop doing it, that's when something go astray or something get fucked up. So the moment that she did not talk to this girl, and she couldn't get in contact with her, she instantly knew something was wrong, because her intuition kicked in, something was wrong. Now, she says in this interview that she would never think that he'd do something like this. I don't know if I want to say I believe that 100%, but I wasn't there, so I can't say it. Here's why, because even though her intuition is strong, but some just had to make you feel uncomfortable about that she didn't answer the phone. Something had to make you feel uncomfortable. So I'm thinking that maybe you did knew about her and this guy relationship, and maybe it was on rocky terms, because maybe she had told you something and you just kept it in your mind that, okay, well, I need to keep it in my mind, and she said this and that going on, so I know that I got to note it in my mind. And the moment that she didn't answer the phone, it kicked in that this dude and did something to her, but they're just throwing something out there. I don't know, I could be wrong. Amen. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but for her to have instant intuition like that, and to do the welfare check, I'm thinking that maybe she knew about their relationship and it wasn't on good terms. And that dude probably had did some crazy shit. And that young girl has told her about some crazy shit that man has done, But again, they're just throwing out some things. I may be wrong. All right. Maybe she just had a strong intuition that something was wrong because she did not get her on the phone. All right. So ladies, I'm just gonna tell y'all, I respect y'all intuition. I do. I respect y'all intuition. Okay. And guys, that's how a lot of us get caught. If we're not good liars, and them intuition be kicking in. And some of y'all know we be lying, cause we get to scratching our big head. We be like, y'all feel like they say, nigga, you lying. So, it's all good though. So I respect y'all intuition, and I respect her intuition that she felt like something was wrong, and she jumped right into action, and called and did a welfare check. Because just imagine if she didn't. Because most people, if they call, they get an answer machine, they probably won't think nothing about it. Be like, okay, well, maybe they busy or something, Maybe after that third phone call, yeah, maybe something might sound a little strange. But then some people be like, well, maybe they just busy. I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm sure they see my call, they get my voicemail, they probably call back the next day or something. Now, if the next day or so you hear nothing from them, then yeah, you probably feel like it's something strange or whatnot, So, but again, I don't know how tight her and this girl was. Maybe they was real tight. That's why something told her that something was wrong. And she made the decision to call, and she made the right decision, because if she had waited, she would have never known this had happened. And dude probably would have got away with it. Amen. 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 So blessings to that woman, and blessings to the family and whatnot. But ladies and gentlemen, moving along, I want y'all to hear what this attorney got to say about the situation. All right. And I got something I want to show y'all to end this off with. And I think it's not comical, but I'm going to let y'all see this though. But let's hear the attorney, see what he say.
From a bloody fingerprint to 100 stab wounds, these documents are sickening to read. But for an attorney, these details can make or break a case. As the St. Petersburg community mourns the loss of 20-year-old Passion Jeffrey and her 2-year-old son, Taylen Mosley, newly released court documents highlight new details on how they died and what links the toddler's father, 21-year-old Thomas Mosley, to the crime. According to the arrest affidavit, Mosley celebrated his 21st birthday at Jeffrey's apartment Wednesday. After the party ended, he showed up at his mother's house.
Celebrate his 21st birthday. And I'm telling y'all, guys, these are young men and women that's doing all these killing children and all this stuff now. Something going on. These are young women and men doing this stuff. This is nuts.
With severe cuts on his arms that police say were caused by slippage during a knife attack. The next day, Jeffrey's body was found inside her apartment with more than 100 stab wounds.
But something like this is so gruesome that the impact, those images and the autopsy report and photographs are going to have on that jury is going to be monumental.
So how did police link it to Mosley? A bloody fingerprint on a cleaning bottle and a bloody shoe print with a Gucci emblem. We caught up with criminal defense attorney Bryant Camerino to shed some light on what this case will look like in a courtroom.
I analyzed the affidavit. I looked at it from a defense perspective, and short of any mental health issues, insanity, incompetency, I'd be hard-pressed to find a defense.
Camerino says it will likely take about 2 years before this case goes before a jury. Do you think there's enough here to link it to Thomas Mosley?
I think there is enough evidence, circumstantial evidence, that shows that he was there with premeditated intent. The stab wounds, the nature of the wounds, the wounds to his hands, and the fact that he was admitted to the hospital, and then unfortunately the death of the child. I think all shows premeditation. And I think it's enough evidence there to convict.
Mosley faces 2 charges of murder in the first degree.
If I were his lawyer, I would want to try to resolve this short of a trial, short of the death penalty, maybe offer life, maybe offer 50 years as a sentence to the prosecutor, and hopefully he'll accept that. 50 years is a death sentence, pretty much. It's a life sentence, but it's not the same as a capital punishment, and drag this out for another 20 years.
Now this case is in the hands of the justice system. We will continue to keep you up to date with court appearances and everything you need to know regarding Thomas Mosley. Once again, he is the man facing 2 counts of first-degree murder. In the Tampa News Center, Nicole Rogers, 8 on your side.
You go keep. Well, like I told you guys, I'm not the sharpest knife in the bunch when it comes to courts and all this stuff, so I don't know. But by him saying that, that kind of concerns me. It kind of concerns me how this may go, because it sounds like what he's saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, for those of you who in law, maybe you can hear me understand it, because what it sounds like to me is what he's saying is a possibility. He probably can walk off of this. He probably can. And if that's the case, then the next child this man going to be around, they're going to be in danger, right? And any woman who see this, that's going to deal with him. You deal with him how you want to deal with him. But I would be careful you got children, because if he did this to his own child, just imagine what he do to yours if he get mad at you or whatnot. That's 100. This lady had 100 stab wounds. Again, I don't know if they had an argument or whatever the case may be, but 100 stab wounds to somebody, that's revenge and that's anger. Revenge or anger. This man was upset about something. I don't know what it was, but 100 stabs. Yes, that's sending a message. Then you throw your baby in the water, which I'm assuming he was already dead when you did it, and you threw him in the water. Hoping I guess alligators in their water. You try to hide the evidence, and from what it sounded like, you almost got away with it. If they hadn't found his body, you would have got away with it, and you probably would have got charged with 1 count murder. But but this is what we always be talking about, guys. This is why the wise men and wise women always tell us, what you done in the dark is always going to come to the light. All right? You got caught because your shoe print. You got caught because of a bloody thumbnail on the bottle or whatnot, man. You got caught. And this happened with every last one of y'all. But then again, I think you're going to get caught anyway, because, hell, you admitted your own self in the hospital. So you pretty much served yourself up on a silver platter. Amen? You served yourself up on a silver platter when you went to the hospital. All right? All right? So I'm assuming the stab wounds that he had on him, or the injuries that he had on him, they were some real deep cuts or something. So, of course, his punk ass didn't want to die, so, he going to go get himself all patched up. But this woman and that baby, especially that baby, they can't be patched up. You only get 1 life. Once their life is gone, ain't no coming back. Ain't no coming back. Maybe the next lifetime, but ain't no coming back. We only get 1 life. Once it's gone, it's gone. All right, amen? Preach. Once it's gone, it's gone. All right, so they can't get patched up. You got patched up and you still living. Now, he also mentioned the death penalty. Now, maybe a possibility he may get that. Who knows? Just going to be one of them cases that we have to study real closely and see what happens. All right, preach. We got to study real close and see what happens. All right, amen, amen, amen. Somebody said something about they didn't see my email. You have to, when you go to my home page, go to my about section, and it should be up in there. Or, hey, somebody type it in chat room, and you get it from the chat room. All right? Okay? All right? All right. Then they say, oh, yeah, right, Carol, it may take 2 years for this thing get kicking off. But then again, I'm not surprised. Look at the Westboards trial. They just not kicking that off. And I'm missing everything on that, though. But I'm pretty much sure I'm going to see a lot of people doing lives on there and keeping up. I think Crenshaw came back. Shout out to Crenshaw. I think she came back, started speaking on it. So, of course, y'all know she going to keep you updated on everything. So if you want to know anything about that, she probably do a better job I can on it, because I get so much stuff. I can't keep up with all this. I try to, but I can't. I just can't. This is a lot of shit. So Wow. Sad, man. Another father killing his own child. Then you want to go, the race route. Then, hey, you can say this, hey, this is a black father killed a black child, and that's sad. But, we don't need to go there, because a child is a child regardless of what race they are. A child is a child, all right? And you don't have to be a certain kind of skin color to kill somebody. You ain't got to be a certain kind of skin color to be stupid, okay? You don't, But, however, though, there's just something, just to point out and just think about, this is why our young youth is not getting into progress because of piss poor parents, or parents who thought they want to be parents, but for some reason down the road, they just say, I don't want to be no parent, which I think that's crazy because everybody should know by now, if you have a child, it's a responsibility. All right? It's just like you take care of a dog or a cat or something. It's a responsibility. All right? It's a responsibility. And one thing I like to preach all the time too, like my mom used to tell me and my grandma, everybody used to tell me, y'all be talking about children out here bad, they doing this, that, and third, whatnot. I get that, I understand that. But they always remind me, I don't know about y'all, but they always remind me, you was a child once too. We had the same emotions with you. You were going around doing bad stuff. And I can't argue that because I was a child once. Right? We all were children once. And we ran our parents crazy. We ran mom and dad crazy. We ran grandma crazy. With all our shenanigans and stealing cookies out the cookie jar, stealing candy out the candy bowl and all that stuff. All that stuff, we had shenanigans that we did, But the thing about that is, if you where I'm from, and probably era earlier than mine, because again, I'm an 80s baby. Some of y'all here may be 90s babies. Some of y'all in here may be earlier than the 80s, You had parents back then, all right? They were strict. A lot of them was. Had morals, had values, all right? They had no problem putting their foot in your ass. Okay, and they had no problem showing you tough love. They had no problem doing none of that stuff. And we'll give the village permission, if they catch you doing something you ain't no business doing, to put their foot in your ass. All right, gave them permission. So you would have got in trouble, and the village would have got a hold of your butt. That means you in for double trouble, because once the village get through getting a hold of your butt, then when mom and dad get home, they finna get in your butt too. So that's double trouble right there. Amen. That's double trouble. And maybe that's some of the things that they need to bring back nowadays. Bring back the double trouble. Bring back double trouble. That's what I call it, double trouble. Get their village back and tell them, hey, I got to run off and do something. You know what I'm saying? I got them in the house, man. If they out here doing stuff, man, that you feel like it's unsafe or whatnot, I ain't got no problem with you saying something to them. They get smart with you, man. Get that belt and go to whacking. Right? Call me. All right, cool. Y'all know what's happening. Y'all know what's going to happen when I get home, right? So y'all finna get that double trouble. All right? Y'all finna get that double trouble. Okay? Amen? Lord knows I know about that double trouble. My grandma, I don't know how many y'all grandmas did this. Grandma never really whooped us with a belt. Grandma got them switches. Something that's going to hurt. I don't think a belt could be the switch. If switches still exist today, I don't think a belt ain't got nothing on the switch. Especially if they get a couple of them in time together. That's one of the worst ass whooping somebody can ever get. That shit stings. Amen? That shit stings. You can't sit down for a couple of minutes. That shit stings. But I love my grandma and I appreciate that what she did. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. And my grandma had a raw too, boy. She was raw. She'd set you up. She'd tell you go get your own switch. You try to go get the slimmest one you can. What you do that for? You made it worse. You made it worse. Oh, okay, you trying to be funny. Man, grandma go get those switches. You see her coming back in the driveway, man, taking them leaves out them damn switches. And you already hooting and hollering, jumping around like you got NCO pants. She ain't even touch you yet. She ain't even touch you yet. You run around, jumping around like you got NCO pants. She ain't even touch you yet. And she'll tell you, I don't know what you crying for, because they ain't finna stop this ass whooping. And it didn't. It didn't. Y'all look at me now. I'm a big man, so grandma didn't care. She told my ass up. She told my big ass up. She don't care. Grandma said, she used to always say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Yep, she whooped my ass with the switches. I fail. I fail. I fail. Shit, don't play with it. Don't play with it. But shout out to the moms and dads who probably still use that method today. You know, I have nothing wrong with it unless it's against the law to whoop people with switches. I have no problem with it. You know, I mean, it's discipline, not beating. It's discipline. Beating and discipline is two different things. Now, if you just hitting on them just because they ain't did nothing, then, you know, that's total abuse, you know. But if you just try to put discipline in them, let them know, hey, you know, when you do stuff like this, when I ask you not to do it, you know, hey, this was the consequences that's going to happen when you do stuff that I ask you not to do. For every action, it's the opposite reaction. The opposite reaction is I'm going to whoop your ass. That's what it is. All right? All right, so shout out to the parents who still use that method. I have no problem with it. Now, some parents they don't believe in discipline like that. They have other ways of discipline, and y'all heard me hear people on the show, you know, they think of discipline is put them in timeout, put them in a corner, taking stuff away from them, and this, that, and third, which I'm with all that. Trust me, I'm with all that. You know, you take away something that they love. If they misbehaving, then you take away something that they love, which usually probably be nowadays these tablets, these phones, all these high price ass consoles, PlayStation 5, Xbox X, Xbox S, and all that shit. That shit is expensive. And you know how these kids now love being online playing games and all that. So, hey, you know, you can't get your lesson in school, or how some people said in the funny way, your education. You want to play around with your education, then I'm going to play around with you and take away this game system from you. If I can count on my hand, I ain't got enough hands and fingers and toes to count how many times when Nintendo was back in the day in my era, how many times that Nintendo got taken away. And Lord knows I love Nintendo. I love video game. I'm a video game junkie, period. You know, but Nintendo was one of the first things that was hot on the market. And, you know, hey, a lot of us, you just play the hell out of Nintendo. But if you didn't do your lesson, then Nintendo got taken away. All right? And you ain't had nothing to do but sit there in silence. Quiet ass 4-wall room. Ain't got nothing to do. Amen? Ain't got nothing to do. Those was the days. Those was the days. Amen? Oh, yeah, Atari too. Somebody said Atari too. Those was the days, man. Those were the days. All right, guys, I want to show y'all one more thing. And again, thank y'all for being here. And if y'all don't mind, you haven't hit that thumbs up, please hit that thumbs up for your boy. I got a little treat for y'all if y'all haven't seen this. Is this it? What we are looking here is him being booked. What some of y'all be saying, poor Tink Tink. Just look at him. Just look. I don't know how to explain how this look, but some of y'all be saying, poor Tink Tink. This is him getting booked in. I think he looked up at the camera. I know he didn't. No, he didn't. He just looking goofy. And they got his hands wrapped up, so there must have been some real big injuries on his arms or hand that he had. All right. So everybody, y'all saw that he's booked in. He's booked in now. All right. Now we just have to see when the updates come how this stuff is going to play out. And again, guys, understand they say it may take 2 years for his trial kick off. You know, we just have to see how all this just play out. You know, wow. So I don't feel anything for him. You know, I mean, hey, you do the crime, you do the time, especially when you hurt children. So I don't feel anything. You know, so right now, just say fuck them. Fuck them. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for listening. Thank y'all for joining. And as always, stay tuned for more updates. Stay tuned for more stories like these. And hey, your man Chris Thorne, catch you next time. Peace out.